Seems like it's been a pretty rare thing to get a helicopter on the channel this year, but I'm happy to announce that we are featuring a brand new helicopter. Check this out. The scale detail of this thing is extraordinary, and it comes in at a budget. And the good news is it's ready to fly. This should be a fairly easy to fly helicopter, which is why I'm happy to have it in my hands. I love the fact that it has 5 blades. That just looks so good. And you'll love this. The main rotor is brushless, and the tail rotor is also a mini brushless motor. Very nice, high quality. The only complaint I have about this helicopter is actually the missiles and mini guns on the little winglets, because it took about maybe 25 mini little teeny tiny micro screws to put that together. And after about 20 on this side and 20 on that side, I got frustrated and said I'm gluing those things on because my thumbs were getting so sore. It got very frustrating.
You poor baby.
I just was done with it. I was done with it. So I hot glued it together. They might be just a little wobbly. We got a little bit of glop of glue there, but if you overlook that, I'm still very happy with the way this thing looks, and I'm excited to fly it. So let's put it in the air and see how it does. I'm about 95% sure this is by the same makers of the little military knockoff spy drone. It's very reminiscent of that, and I think it's the RC era brand. They do a fantastic job at what they do. I like this battery because it fits snug in there. It has a locking system, and then we have an on-off switch. We'll throttle up and down, and now we're bound. Now we have an auto takeoff button, so I'm just gonna hit it. Ooh, look at that. This is all the helicopter.
Oh my.
That's all the helicopter.
Okay, bye. Oh my gosh.
Wow, I am full throttle down now, Abby.
Let me know if I need to move. I don't even know where. There it is.
I am full throttle down. Okay, we're gonna hit the stop button. I'm holding the stop button.
And there it goes.
Hit the takeoff button again just to see if it'll do it. Nope. That's all we could do. That's all I could do. I had to hit the emergency stop button. Wow.
I filmed that terribly. Oh man. Well, they weren't kidding when they said auto takeoff. But is it alive?
Not really. It doesn't look horrible. This just popped off because I glued that on. You know what? If I had it screwed in place, it probably would have just snapped off. And then the little landing strut snapped as well. And you can see the paint got chipped and actually just kind of demolished. Probably this hit it and just chipped up all that paint. So everything else doesn't seem to be bothered. I do want to try to fly that again, and thank goodness for that emergency stop button, because without that, it would have flown. This has a 17-minute flight time, so who knows how far away that would have gone. So let's try this again, hopefully, see if it powers on and see if we can take off again and figure out why it did that.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate the distance here.
Farther away. Look, I can try to just go down and out and start the motors. We're a little off balance.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think that's airworthy at all.
I don't.
I want to just,
what?
For fun. Yeah, it knows it's off balance because the prop shaft got bent. So even if I were to try that again, it's not going to let it take off, which is a good safety feature. See that? It's not going to fly. So that crash completely demolished the helicopter. Wow. I really want to hear your guys' honest feedback in the comments, because, you know, a lot of YouTubers would probably just not post this, contact the company, have the company send another, they do it again. But I just feel like being truthful and outright and honest is the best way to be. I've flown enough auto, hover, altitude hold helicopters and drones to know that they shouldn't just shoot straight up like that. Now they can gain an altitude at like 20 feet and hold it, and that's kind of what I was expecting, which is why I didn't overreact. Once I realized we're at 20-30 feet and it was continuing to climb at a very fast rate, I throttled down, and I was full down throttle as it continued to climb and fly away. And I know Abby didn't do the best job filming it, but that's okay because it was kind of like panic mode, right? So I knew that I had an emergency stop button and it wasn't coming down or back. I hit the button, it fell out of the sky, probably like maybe, I'm trying not to exaggerate the height, but maybe 50 feet or more, probably more. It's hard to judge, especially the first time you fly something. What a shame too, because I really like the looks of this helicopter, and I was very hopeful that I could just cruise around and fly a very scale, cool looking helicopter. Now, there are probably differing opinions and experiences of this helicopter online. So I don't want you to take my experience as the sole experience that's out there, because this brand has actually put out some really good little spy drone things before, and I was thrilled to try this because it is one of the coolest looking scale helicopters that I have had my hands on ever. I'm also very bummed out because I've got well over an hour, maybe close to 2 hours, just tinkering with these tiny little micro screws to make it look cool, and then that happened. So I'm really bummed, honestly, and I don't know, I just want to hear from you guys. Let me know your honest feedback, because that's what I'm providing to you, is an honest experience. And for the opportunity to get in front of the camera and share honest experiences with you guys, I want to say a massive thanks to God. Also, a huge thanks to our Patreon supporters. Because of you guys, we've never had to feel like any company owns us. No matter how big or small that company may be, we've always had the support of our Patreon supporters. And so if honest video reviews mean anything to you guys and you don't want those to go away, please consider joining our Patreon team or family, because we are so grateful to know that you guys have our backs, so that we not only want to provide moral content, but financially can provide moral content, because we don't feel like companies own us. Thank you to our Patreon family. Well, it definitely breaks my heart about this helicopter, but the good news is we have a great helicopter that comes in right around $100, sometimes less than $100, is very scale, very easy to fly. And if you haven't seen that video, we'll have it popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.